If you've ever designed a YouTube banner, you know how tricky they are to make. You need to make it so that your viewers understand what they're going to get when they come to your channel, but also need to design it so that no matter where your viewer sees your channel's homepage, it looks amazing. My name is Jennifer. I'm an Empowered Canvassador, and I've been making YouTube banners since 2019. If I'm being honest with you, designing banners isn't my strong suit, which is why I love using Canva. However, I don't like to depend on Canva's YouTube banner templates to design my banners, and I'll show you why you shouldn't either. You're also going to learn a lot of tips and tricks that I use when I'm designing a banner from scratch. Let's go to Canva's homepage. We're going to type in the search bar, YouTube banner, search for YouTube banner, scroll down, create a blank YouTube banner. A big mistake that I and a lot of creators make is that they size it incorrectly. 2560 by 1440 pixel is the correct size for a YouTube banner. Recently, I did an updated video about why you need to make your banner size so large, even though most viewers are only going to see a small part. I will put that video for you in the upper right hand corner so that you can watch it later. I do want to show you Canva's templates, why they're really not designed properly for YouTube banners. Go up here to design and I search for the word cooking. I'm going to grab this one. Let's check out this one. I've not looked at that one yet. Let's look at this one. Let's see if this one by chance is right, because some of them look like they could be, but they really aren't. When you're designing a banner, don't put extra things on there that you really don't need, like the subscribe button. I'm going to go grab an image that I've designed that I test my own banners out with. I look to see if it looks right on desktop, and I also look to see if it looks right on phone. It's automatically going to go between the text and the banner. So I'm going to fix that by clicking position and sending it to the front. I'm going to size it right over this YouTube banner. Can you tell what the problem is? You can't read it. It was not designed properly. I'm going to left click and slide this one in. This is even worse. This one I really thought might be okay, but it's also not. You can't see the full names. There's a lot of awkward, what's called white space. See what the desktop view looks like. Okay, what I would do is maybe change a font, move the words over a little bit. You would want to get this centered. I bet you can already tell that there's a problem here. You can't even see his face. It's not really fantastic. This one might be okay, but I'm a little concerned that the words are a little too far to the right or to the left for mobile. Even without sending it backwards, I can tell because Food Blogger is in this no-fly zone. So what you could do is just size that down, put it there. What I would do is make them the same font size. So I would click this, click the little paintbrush, paint roller, and size that so it's the same. And then of course change the words to whatever need be. And then of course get rid of the subscribe. It just needed a couple tweaks, but you can see why YouTube banner templates on Canva just are not ideal. That's why I'm going to show you my method for making a banner. I really love to use sort of like a vision board, a brainstorming idea. I may not use the pictures from my brainstorm, but it really helps get the energy flowing. What font am I going to use? I like to add 3 or 4 pictures. I love to add frames. I love to add colors. All of these things combined are going to build your YouTube banner. I've got 4 placeholders here. These are called frames. And we're going to go find casual cooking in the kitchen. Click on the photos tab and try to find a picture that we like. These are sort of like ideas or inspiration photos of things that you can take of yourself for your YouTube banner. I've really liked this picture, so I'm going to left click and slide it in there. Really like this one. I like this one, so we're going to slide it in there. So you can add your words 2 ways. One is by clicking T on the keyboard. That's going to bring up a text box. Or you can click on the text icon, the T, text. If you have your brand kit set up, you can go ahead and add something like that. or you can click add a text box. I'm just going to write the word vegetable because I would like to see how it looks in different fonts. Now I'm going to click align to the left because I typically like things aligned to the left. We're going to click this little duplicate button, and maybe instead of 3 font choices, I just want 2. Maybe I want Anton, and I started looking up Montserrat earlier, so let's click that. But instead of just clicking it the way it is, click the down arrow. And let's choose this in extra bold or black. The other little trick is to type in the word sans, because a lot of the words with sans at the end make for really good banner fonts. The other thing I like to do is add some color. So I'm going to add 3 rectangles here. R on the keyboard. I'm just going to size this one to how I want it. Up here, maybe a little smaller. I clicked out of it so I could click back to duplicate, and then I'm going to duplicate again. Here they are. I want to pull inspiration from the colors in this picture. I want to pick an accent color, a dark color, and a light color. So we're going to click the square, click on the color, scroll down, and grab that color. Take the next one. I really like this dark color. For the third color, I'm going to choose the lighter shade in that first picture. The other thing I like to do at this stage is grab some frames. Go to Elements and type in the word frames. Instead of photos, you're going to go to all. This is what you want. We're going to click See All. You might want one that looks like a circle. And this is what's going to happen when you put a picture in it. It's going to turn that picture into a circle. Maybe you want a rounded square. Maybe you want a fun one like this. Once you've made a few YouTube banners, you really know what you like and what you don't. Let's build a thumbnail with the Brainstorm. What I'm going to do first is duplicate the page. That way I have the original one. And then I'm going to click Add a Page. So I'm going to Control X and get rid of that. And then I'm going to put it here. Currently, I have put all of these in a placeholder. I want to actually get it out of the placeholder, get rid of the placeholder, and add it to the background. Detach, get rid of. I'm going to add this to the background. Right click, set images backgrounds. It looks beautiful, but there's a little trick that you can do that's going to make it look even better once you add everything else to it. And click transparency button. We're going to reduce the transparency. Because I did the whole right click set images background, I now can see the background color right here and switch it to something else that I would like. I'm going to use the dark color from my design here and use it here. It's this color. That makes this image look awesome. There's also a really cool image technique that you can do that will blend the edge of this photo on the left or the right. Go to Apps. Type in the word Image Blender. This is what you want. Click on the photo, blend selected image. You've got 2 types, linear and radial. For this one, we're going to choose linear. You can change your strength as well. The less strong, you'll see this line isn't as harsh. The more strong, you'll see that line is very harsh. So we're going to choose less, like maybe 3. And we're going to move these little knobs so that the background that's coming through is on the right-hand side. And then we're going to move this over. Let's change this and see how that looks. I think that looks pretty good. Click Save. When you do this, it's going to upload a new version of the picture in your upload file, but also replace that original image. This is a new feature and I absolutely love it. Now that we have our background, we want to start building the color part of our design. We're going to do that with a bunch of rectangles. I know that I need 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. So let's go ahead and get them and the colors that I would like for them to be. R, 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 and R. So that's 4 different rectangles. We're going to click this and go to that color. You remember the color I chose before? It's a my document color. We're going to slide it up and just make it this one. I want it to be the light color. That is not the color I wanted. It gave me a new color. I want it to be this specific shade, and I also want it to be a very specific size. I want it to be 30 pixels wide. We're going to go to position, and under the range tab, go to the width and type in 30. And for the height, type in 1440. That is going to make it the exact size that we want. We can even make it a little bit larger if we want, 1500, just to make sure and go in the middle. That way we know it goes from the top to the bottom. And click duplicate and put this one right next to it. And now we need to change the color. We're going to make it the darker color, which is not this black, it's this black. I actually won't need this one. I will need this one though. We're gonna shrink it down. Let's start off with that, and then we're gonna take this and bring it all the way across. You're gonna notice it looks a little funny. That's okay, we're gonna fix it by clicking position and sending it backwards, and then sending it backwards again. I'm not sure what color I want it to be yet, but I know that it will either be this color, or this color. We're gonna start it off with the light one. Do you see the problem? I want it to be in the middle. So I'm gonna click position, middle. And that's not bad. I actually think I want this to be a little smaller. And then we'll put that in the middle. I may also want this to have a little bit of a transparency so that you can see behind it. The other thing that I really like to do is add texture. I didn't look up anything for texture. I need to go do that. We're gonna click on elements and type in vegetables. Instead of photos, we're gonna look at graphics. I like this one because it's gonna give us some texture. I can't crop it or anything. I'm just going to bring it to the left-hand side so that it will go all the way across. And of course, we need to change the color, and I'm trying to find that. Yep, here it is. And of course, reduce the transparency at 17. This has a very good basic start for the banner. Let's get this image. We're just going to slide it right here. Now you might think, well, let's just put this right here. That's not going to be great for the mobile device. You see how that just does not look good? That's why I want to use a frame. Let's use a square frame. Just slide it down. She's already in a grid, so I right-clicked, detached from that, and then put here. I'd like for her to be a little bit bigger. Double click. I'm going to see what the Smart Crop chooses to do. I like that, but I still would like for it to be a little bit bigger. Maybe part of her head can go off, and we're going to click done. She's facing one way when I would like for her to face the other. So we're going to click flip. Even like to give this shape an outline. We can do that by clicking border style and increasing the border. Now let's get that border style color. We want it to be the same dark color as other things in the banner. This just creates a cohesive design. I'm sure you can see the problem there. It's not positioned nicely, so we're going to fix that. Position. I'm actually going to send this down a little bit so that I can grab this and work on it. I wanted to position this in the center, in the middle of that color. We need to add words. Grab these. We're just going to take this down here. And I know that I want it to be smaller. Maybe she's teaching how to make flavorful food on a budget. We're going to click enter on a budget. Reduce the spacing. This is the spacing button. Reduce the line spacing. I can't see what's happening there. Nope, I need more. Why is it not moving? Okay, that might be okay. It may also need some letter spacing a little, or it may need a different font. Maybe the black is too much. Let's go with extra bold. That's better. I think my words are not arranged correctly. Let's see what it would look like if it was an Anton. I don't like that. Let's see what it would look like on Canva Sans. That's not bad. Let's add a bold to it. I like that. I like that a lot. What if the light part, what if it weren't white? What if it were dark instead? And what if the words here were light? That might have a better look. I like that a lot better, actually. So we've got a basic banner that would look good on mobile. It's not bad on desktop. There might be a little bit too much extra space over here. I have an idea that's going to fill up the space to make it look less unbalanced. And I want to make sure it was not. I needed it positioned in the middle. It was not. And what I'm going to do is create some placeholders for other images. And I'm going to do that by clicking duplicate, bringing it over to the side. I know that I need the one right, and it's not going to be exactly even, but I'm going to deal with it. I can't move that over anymore, or it's going to be off in the mobile view. I'm going to duplicate this and bring it up top. And I'm just going to size it so that it is the same size as those two images. And then I'm going to duplicate this and bring it down here. When I do that, you're going to notice that I've got some numbers, 60, 60, 60. It just means that they are all equally spaced. Of course, this is the image we want to stay the same. Let's right click and detach this and put that here. We're going to detach this image, put it here. We're going to go to elements and grab one more. I typed in avocado, and I'm just going to put this one, left click and drag it there. Maybe the idea would be pots and pans you use a lot. And I think for this one, I am going to flip it horizontally. This is not bad. Let's check it on the different views. It looks very good. Now let's check the mobile view. We're going to just slide this and let it take over. Actually, you know what? I can move that over a little bit. So we're going to click this, position layers, and send it underneath. That way I can left click. I'm going to use the arrow button and just get it more centered. I kind of like that. Basically, this part is just a whole lot of playing to get all of the spacing lined right. Here's one that was very plain with no texture with a circle image. You might be wondering how to put this on your YouTube channel. All you have to do is watch this next, and I'll see you over there. Bye.